Ladies and gentlemen, when people talk about America's elite forces, one name almost always comes first: the SEALs. They dominate movies, books, and popular media, portrayed as the ultimate symbol of military.
Do not ask who is more famous. Ask who is keeping everything from collapsing. And when you witness normal life preserved, understand that someone paid the cost so normal could survive. That is the quiet definition of true power. If there is one factor that truly separates DEVGRU and other top-tier units from the rest, it is not skill or weaponry. It is trade-off. At the tactical level, trade-offs are time, manpower, or another plan to try again. At the strategic level, trade-offs are national credibility, alliance stability, and regional balance. At that tier, there is no room for repeated failure. DEVGRU is built to operate in an environment where every decision carries political consequences. A single shot does not just end a target. It can open or close diplomatic doors. A raid is not simply a win or loss. It is a message to the world about how far the United States is willing to go when core interests are threatened. That is why they must accept trade-offs other units never face. No public credit, no personal stories, no visible reputation. In exchange, they are granted authority to act where every decision leaves a historical footprint, even if that footprint is erased from public view. This creates a harsh paradox. The closer one operates to the center of power, the more one must disappear from the narrative. No name, no image, no applause. And that disappearance is precisely what keeps the system stable, because if the most dangerous decisions were made by those seeking recognition, risk would spiral out of control. At the highest tier, personal motivation becomes the greatest liability. The lesson beyond the military is unmistakable. In work, in creation, in leadership, there comes a moment when the question is no longer, how good am I? The question becomes, how much consequence am I willing to carry? Not everyone should, and not everyone needs to operate at that level. But if you step into it, you accept the rules. Less explanation, less recognition, and far more responsibility. DEVGRU is not a model to admire. It is a cold reminder of the price of real power. Power is not being seen. Power is being assigned the task when no one else is allowed to fail, and when everything continues to function normally, when the world never realizes a line was almost crossed. That is the moment those at the highest tier have fulfilled their role.
One cold truth should be clear: elite is not a title. Elite is a tier of responsibility. A regular SEAL team lives on the action layer. They train to move fast, hit hard, solve the target, and extract. They are brave, disciplined, and visible enough for the public to understand, a symbol of victory. At this layer, society needs stories. It needs faces. It needs proof that someone will step forward. But DEVGRU and Delta Force live on the decision layer. They are not selected because they are better by a small margin. They are selected because they can carry the price of being not allowed to fail. At this tier, a mistake is not only casualties. A mistake can trigger retaliation, fracture alliances, collapse diplomacy, or push a nation into a conflict it never planned to enter. That is why the United States does not build a supreme unit to show off. It builds a system to control risk. The right people at the right layer. A clean separation between tactical work and strategic consequence. And most importantly, a command chain short enough to decide before time betrays you. Out there, a delay of minutes can turn a target into a crowd. A closed window of opportunity can become an open door. the trade most people never see: speed versus deniability, force versus control, victory versus stability. And this is why these units are structured the way they are. Small teams, redundant verification, layers of intelligence fused with action. Not because they lack confidence, but because confidence without verification is how nations stumble into disaster. The operators at this tier are not asked to be fearless. They are asked to be precise. Fear is irrelevant. Only judgment matters. This is also why rotation is slow, selection is brutal, and careers are short. The human cost of carrying this responsibility is high. Burnout is real. Mistakes are unforgiving, and there is no public validation to offset the weight. Yet the system persists because the alternative is worse. A world where decisions are delayed, where responsibility is diffused, where no one is empowered to act until it is too late. The uncomfortable truth is this: peace at the strategic level is often enforced quietly by people whose names will never be known. Not because they are hidden heroes, but because visibility itself becomes a liability. This is not romantic, it is functional. And that distinction matters, because once you understand it, you stop asking why these units are silent. You start understanding that their silence is the system working as intended. When nothing happens, when the world moves on, when history stays on its current path, that is the outcome they are designed to produce. Not glory, not recognition, but continuity. And continuity, in a world balanced on thin margins, is the rarest form of success. The most dangerous element of DEVGRU and Delta Force does not lie in action itself, but in the authority to decide whether action should happen at all. In most military units, the core question is, how do we accomplish the mission? At the DEVGRU level, the question is always different. Should this mission be executed at all? That difference reshapes the entire operating structure. A target is no longer simply an enemy. It becomes a variable in a much larger equation. If removed, what happens next? There are moments when every military condition is perfect. The target is exposed, assets are ready, tactical risk is near zero. Yet the final decision is still not to pull the trigger. Because at this tier, a tactical victory can equal a strategic failure. A leader eliminated too early can turn into a symbol. A successful raid can trigger retaliation beyond control. A clean operation can force a nation to explain what should never be explained. That is why DEVGRU is not designed to maximize action, but to absorb pressure for the entire system behind it. They are where all risk is concentrated before crossing the point of no return. If they are wrong, no one can correct it. This is why their most critical skill is not marksmanship, but the ability to carry responsibility for things that never happen. There are no medals for a canceled strike, no public praise for an opportunity deliberately ignored. Yet those decisions are what keep the system from sliding into chaos. At this level, power is no longer the ability to act, but the ability to restrain action when everything appears to justify it. That is the real mechanism very few nations are willing to grant any unit, not because they lack capable soldiers, but because they lack the capacity to accept the consequences if the decision is wrong. The real lesson is this: power at the highest level is not about doing more. It is about deciding less, but deciding right. These units are not built to fight every battle. They are built to prevent the wrong battles from ever happening. Their greatest victories are not visible. They are measured in crises that never escalated, wars that never started, and consequences that never had to be managed. What makes them different is not courage, it is restraint, not speed, but judgment, not action, but the discipline to stop when action would feel justified. This is why they cannot be copied easily. You can replicate training, you can buy equipment, but you cannot easily replicate a system that is willing to place irreversible decisions in the hands of a few and accept the outcome without public reassurance. The lesson extends far beyond the military. In any field, leadership, strategy, creation, or life, the highest tier is never about visibility. It is about responsibility. At lower levels, success is loud. At higher levels, success is quiet. At the very top, success often looks like nothing happened at all. Do not ask who is the most famous. Do not ask who acts the most. Ask a harder question. Who is trusted to decide when action must happen? If you find this content helpful and valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. My name is Hai.
See you next time.